Your ass going on you. Your ass going on YouTube.
He is the greatest of all
I'm streaming
time.
right now. It's streaming on YouTube.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening
Yeah, I got 3 belts already.
Everything. Can you imagine being a fighter walking into this?
We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Nice counter punch right up the middle.
He might whoop Roy.
Counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher
Can't back now.
Make the history of our sport.
There's a counter shot. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. They exchange punches. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Johnny, a lot of fighters focus on their defense with their hands up. This fighter focuses on their defense with their footwork. Moving on those angles, staying out of danger.
This is what makes outside fighters so good. Their footwork is second to none. It's as fast as their hands.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, 2 punches better.
Oh, no. I can't even let him get no tee off like that, boy.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? You're not going to see as much footwork as the smaller weight classes in the heavyweight division, but we don't care. We want that heavy fist. You'd like to see more jabs. Nice try, but missing with the counter. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute
R1,
of this fight is
R1.
important. You cannot afford to lose it.
I'll punch it.
And then start gathering your pace.
Here we go. It's round 2. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And down goes Jones Jr.
I shouldn't have told your ass shit.
Let's watch that again, replay from a different angle.
I need to see that again.
He can't take he, he can't take none of his punches.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. No rest for the weary.
two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower, calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Perfect counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt.
Dang.
Be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Beautiful counter punch. As we watch it again one more time, appreciate the perfection of that knockout shot.
Shot from the
Gotta
gods,
get in
they
close
say. A
to the
shot
guy.
from the gods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. Well, if this trainer has a pep talk, now's the time to use it, as they were dropped twice in the last. The bell rings and we start the third. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they do in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. I thought that was the end, but here we go again. Back into the fire.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
He's throwing his bar too slow, man.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this
He's
round.
punching and his face be wide open.
Beautiful counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. This is a heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. They got out of the way of that right hook. Swing and a miss with that jab. Insane action. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute.
Yeah, you see how like when he swing at him.
Competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears. Back at it in round 4. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter shot. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how... Hold it right there! Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Jab misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Beautiful counter punch. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Can't find a home for that jab. Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not,
Every time
may
you try to
take a
throw a
knee
jab,
here.
goofy ass.
Good job trying to back out of trouble.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
A perfect counter lands. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Get your mind back on the job. It was a god-awful round. I can't take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely
I bet I was eating.
On to the 5th we go. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Both men step back for just a moment. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They exchange punches. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Those counter punches have to hurt. His stamina is off the charts. Well done with that counter shot. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
They exchange punches.
Right, listen. Oh, that was the game.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Get focused, get your mind back on the job.
Good work, that's it. Now breathe, breathe. Just get your breath back. Just
On to the sixth round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
His stamina is off the charts. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be. Having second thoughts in the ring.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Holding nothing back here in the round. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Nope, that hook won't score. The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
You cannot gas out. If you
Points,
prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
Stay focused. Switch on. Get your boxer back together. Come on,
There's the bell to start round 7. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight
His
so
ass
far.
hurt.
Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fighters like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Nice counter. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way to a fight.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Look at the swelling and the bruising. They're going to take a look, and they may stop this fight. And the referee's going to allow him to fight.
I'm good. Let me fight. Marco trying to stop the fight.
Some bruising, heavy shots.
He ain't never supposed to be in the ring with Ali anyway.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch, counter punch. That hook just can't find the target. A perfect counter lands. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go.
Don't turn around. What the fuck are you doing? Dang it.
Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Stamina is
bro.
an issue in a prize fight.
This is when you talk about championship material.
He in that bitch fighting for his life.
I like that round. Good work. Good man, good man. Just
They trying to stop me from fighting.
There's the
Bro.
bell for round 8. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous.
Well, hold on a second, Johnny. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place.
Elite fast as hell.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter punch right up the middle. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
And he scores with the counter. A swing and a miss with that jab. Nobody home with that hook. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating the... Did you see that? The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali in trouble. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a cliff. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Can't score with that jab. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. He parries that left jab away. Both men step back for just a moment. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, it's go back to the drawing board time, a unanimous decision victory.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan, what a result.
Yep. This shit raw, bro. I was gonna put this in. Man, when I first started playing this shit, bro, I was up all night. Wait till you get this shit and create your player and shit, bro. So my girl fighter, I got a dude fighter and a girl fighter. But my girl fighter, she's so fucking raw. She got 3 belts, bro. Oh, bro. Hell yeah. Who you fight with? They got 60. They got 90. That's who you was just playing with Ali 64. They got 1960. He got 1964 Ali on this bitch. All right, bro. Hell yeah, we went all rounds. Two knockdowns, two knockdowns apiece. I thought I wasn't gonna be able to get up. Bro. Beat Joe Frazier. I'm sitting here eating, playing the game at the same time.
I'm Todd Grisham, and what a stunning venue. We are live at the CompuBox Academy. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
Well, run up when they get dazed.
Time for
Double tap for it. We got to double tap for it with the thumb pad, the left thumb pad, D-pad, D-pad, the right D-pad over.
The greatest boxing trilogy of all time with Muhammad Ali. He defines the words Philly fighter.
An amazing reach advantage.
Yeah, press the right D-pad.
In this kind of
Muhammad
bro. I was trying to knock his ass out on bro. Let me run up on this motherfucker. They weren't even supposed to be fighting anyway.
In the red corner, introducing in this corner, undefeated in his campaign
bro.
With a record of
all the talking has been done. It's time to start. Frazier's been in so many hellacious battles over the years. The trilogy with Muhammad Ali. His fights against George Foreman. Miss with that jab. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. This fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movement.
It's a flat-footed fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut them off. Cut the rings off, make the rings small. Put them on the back foot. Put them under pressure.
Counter punching. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Good defense with that left jab. Johnny, you would know this better than me, but I would hate fighting someone with this swarmer style. They don't let you breathe. They don't let you get off the ropes. You can't get your offense off. You just got to deal with them.
A swarmer, a good swarmer, will get inside you like a bee. Like a bee just pickpocketing, stinging you wherever you leave yourself open. A swarmer is the worst kind of fight to fight.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Joe Frazier is in trouble. How is Frazier still standing?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Smoking Joe may go. Frazier never won to back off or back down.
Defense, defense, defense is everything, because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
The stamina is off the charts. He threw a punt. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
You can't.
On to the second round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Just missed with that hook. He misses with that straight left. It's obvious which one of these fighters has to get on the inside.
You've got to make your opponent fight your kind of fight. They've got to get into your kind of argument, your kind of dance.
Nice defense with that jab. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. The straight right just misses. They call it the glory division. There's nothing quite like a heavyweight fight. It doesn't take much to win it. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than half.
Circle you. Let's press up and over.
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. It's okay to take a knee.
It was grease in my eye.
I want your opponent to see you do that.
It was grease in my eye, bro. That's what Deontay Wilder did. Roach was beating his ass.
Looks like a little change of strategy here, trying to loosen up the flow a little bit. He misses with that straight left. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
On to the third. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. That counter punch caught him clean. Good counter punching. Big whiff with the right hook. The Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Hard look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use playing overblown.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Incredible work rate. Do you believe this? These two were made for each other. He threw the hook, didn't land. That counter shot lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. This is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next.
Here we go to the fourth round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? Now that is a massive knockdown. Let's take another look.
I've got to see that again.
Damn, that's stiff. And then sometimes when you block and you hit that right D thumb stick. That's what I just did. That's what I just did right there. I hit the D stick with the power punch. But
they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again.
He bleeding.
I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
We got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornerman now is down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, like freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Straight right, just misses. The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali in trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over.
Yeah.
At least for now.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Well, he's got Bambi legs walking back to the corner, but he's still in it.
Unbelievable.
I'm trying to make.
Knockdown twice.
I'm trying to make your corner, make your ass quit.
Good work, that's it. Now breathe. Just get your breath back.
Get your mind back, get your focus back, get the jab back.
Keep smart.
Time for the 5th round. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter. It's like a lamb to the slaughter.
One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
If there's anyone that can get out of trouble, it's Muhammad Ali. Big shot.
Woo-hoo!
There goes Ali.
I didn't know who was dazed on that one, bro.
That did it. Let's watch it again.
Where did that come from? What
That was me.
shot.
That was me. Oh, bro.
Back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
Look how he's moving now.
They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Are we about to see the end of an era? Are we about to see Joe Frazier get knocked out? Never count out smoking Joe Frazier.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out.
That's all right, Andy.
So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight? And the referee will allow this to continue. Needs to put some combination work together. 1 punch is good, 2 punches better. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown is going to be we just saw.
You've been put down. You've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
This is the beginning of round 6. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's
He won by decision. He was beating the shit out of Roy Jones, boy.
Work rate is down. The head isn't
Roy
moving
Jones
as well,
stayed in there,
Johnny.
and he got
Fatigue
knocked
is
out,
starting
too.
to set in.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. That jab doesn't score. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when a belly of the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell are they going to do now?
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? A much better game plan here.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Caution is being thrown to the wind. His stamina is off the charts. Misses with the straight left. Good counter punch. Misses with the straight left. Did you see that? There's no way Frazier survives this. Good defense from Frazier.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one.
Beat his
Two
ass.
fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
There's a lot on the line here.
Breathe. Need to go back out there and you will win this round.
Huh?
Here comes round 7.
That's me,
Let
Muhammad
it all
Ali.
hang out in the last
He got
round.
this shit
What do they
closed
got
up too.
left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army.
Oh my goodness, Johnny.
Damn.
Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this?
No.
Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
I say that.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move,
Huh?
then step it up a little bit. Because if you're getting to
Ah, he tired.
you get caught a lot more at the end.
We in the 7th round.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
They need to be careful and punch themselves out here. They block the hook. Holding nothing back here in the round. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you're not thinking. You just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin or pickpocketer.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. That hook just can't find the target. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. The fighter's vision is paramount, and the referee may stop it here. And they're calling it there.
This should have been stopped at the beginning of the round.
Well, Johnny, complete and total domination, a stoppage victory. How do you
That's
rate
warming up.
A TKO.
How many minutes you got? I can hurry up. Hurry up.
I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. Compliments on my accomplishments are only possible due to your involvement.